is now the week after Easter, and I'm ready to finally start on my actual gown. If you hear any background noise, birds or cars or barking dogs, I'm sorry. Even though it's still April, it's pretty hot in here and my house does not have central air, so I have a window open. Anyway, I started my lining last night. As of right now, I still don't know when I'll be wearing this dress. Like I said, my plan was to wear it to Williamsburg next month, which now is in less than 2 weeks. And I'm not sure I'll be able to get it done in time, just because I have a full-time job, I am a wife, I try to be a good daughter, so I have a lot of different obligations that I find more important than whether or not I go to this event. But I still want to get this dress done, just because, a couple reasons. I bought the fabric already, which is a good reason. I think it can still show off what I can do and hopefully get me some commissions. If you are interested in a commission, you can email me hattohem@gmail.com. Link is in the description. I'll be happy to talk to you. And honestly, the other reason why I want to make this dress is because I want it. I've always wanted, not necessarily a sack back dress, but I've always wanted a dress I could wear under side hoops. I used to make fake dresses for myself out of blankets when I was growing up, and I would stick pillows underneath to give me that side hoop look. You know, I was really channeling my inner Felicity. So I just want to talk about how I got to this real fast. I threw together the back lining of my dress last night, for the most part. We'll get into that in a second. So what I did is I actually draped this directly on my dress form. There was a lovely braided pattern in my American Duchess book, but I decided to do it directly on the dress form instead, just because I didn't want to break out the graph paper. And you'll see that was not a good choice on my part, but we'll get to that. So I marked up my lines with a pencil. I cut out half of it, and then I folded it in half, and I cut out the rest just to make sure everything was symmetrical. I cut out this little back opening here. I think it's kind of adjustable, but honestly, I haven't made the dress yet. And I'll be honest, I did not read all the instructions in the book yet because I am a terrible person. After I cut out the back opening, I actually hemmed the back by hand, and that's kind of where I finished last night. So when I came down this morning and I was taking a look at this and getting ready to film this segment of the video, I realized that my back panel might have been a little too small, which led to a moment of panic, realizing that I might have to remake the whole thing, and last night was a waste of time. So what I decided to do was I decided to take some scraps and I decided to piece the back so that it was a little bit wider. Piecing is historically accurate, so I figured why not? I brought them over to my ironing board and I clipped off some of the excess at top and bottom and, you know, in the seam allowance. I pressed it flat and then I pressed it open and then I pressed it from the correct side. So I brought it in my dress form, I measured it out, I marked it with a pencil, I cut it where I thought it should be cut, and then I folded it in half and cut the other side so it'd be symmetrical. After that, I sewed on the ribbon in the back. My ribbon probably isn't what you're supposed to be using, but it's what I had on hand, so that's why I'm using it. It was around this point that I realized I could have done the entire back opening by machine instead of by hand. But oh well, too late now. So I brought it back over, I tied up the laces, and here we are. So now I guess the next step was to do the front, which for some reason I did not do last night. I don't know why, I just wasn't thinking. But given how I kind of messed up the back, maybe it's a good thing I didn't do the front. I don't know. Anyway, today's my late day at work, so I have to be in about a little less than 2 hours. And I still have to, you know, get my lunch together and stuff like that. I think I can probably get an hour of sewing in today. Maybe. Alright, so I guess I better stop talking at a camera and get started. Oh, I have some exciting news. This is actually the first time that I am filming using a real tripod. I used to use a little, hang on, let me get it. Where's the other half? I used to use this little mini tripod, and I would just kind of stick my phone in this and hope for the best. It was kind of breaking. This is actually, I think, you're the second or third one I've owned. These things do not have a very long shelf life, but it did what I needed to do for a while, and now I have a real tripod. What I used to do with this thing is I would actually stick it in my tube of pattern paper, and then I would stick that tube of pattern paper into my trash can. So yeah, not the most attractive way of doing this, but hey, it worked for a while, so I'm pretty happy. Now I have a real tripod. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm never making that face again. Oh my god, that was awful. I am so excited. It's really fun, it's easy to use, and it's lightweight, and I love it. Yay, upgrades! Okay, back to work. Okay, so this is where I kind of have to stop for today, at least for now. So I have my arm piece and my front pinned on here. The arm piece is definitely a bit big, but I'm not too concerned. Now, when I made my Italian gown, my arm piece was gigantic then too. I think it just might be me. So I'll just cut it down so that it's the right size for me. It might just be my build that makes this piece just not work for me. It's fine. I'll fix it. And since I'm fairly symmetrical, I'm just going to cut my pieces for this side down to whatever I have to alter on this side. That way I just kind of save myself a little bit of time. But yeah, we're on our way. God, I hope I'm doing this right. Okay, so today is Saturday. I was last working on this on Wednesday, and I've made very little headway today. I have been procrastinating like crazy. Right now my lining is on inside out because then the seams are encased here. But my lining is pretty much done. The shoulder seam up here is still loose, but it's supposed to be for now, I think. But other than that, I have both sides done here. I just stitched this up on my machine, but that was literally all I've done today. Didn't even do it by hand, did it by machine. The other thing I did was I cut out the fabric for the front and for the shoulder. And that's literally it so far. I feel like the longer it takes me to get back to a project, the harder it is to jump back in. And I think that has to do with just a mixture of procrastination. My husband actually keeps saying you need to get working. And I'm like, you can't know what to do. And I'm skipping that part. Edit that part out. And I think a lot of it just has to do with I start second guessing myself. And I start wondering, is this looking right? Am I doing this right? Is this how it's supposed to look? This dress is due on Friday and it's Sunday. No, it's Saturday. Today is Saturday. I have an extra day here. It really feels like a Sunday. You know how that feels sometimes? Something just feels like a Sunday. But today is Saturday, so I have today to work on it. And then my husband is going to be at work tomorrow. Unusual. He's never at work on Sunday, but I'm going to have all morning and afternoon and early evening to work on this. And then I should have, a couple of nights this week to work on it. This might not get done by Friday. But if it doesn't, that's okay. That's okay. I'll find another time to wear it, right? Anyway, time to get to work. Okay, so it's just after 1 in the morning now, and I am still attaching, stitching. Let's go stitching. I am still stitching up the seam here. What I ended up having to do is I had to use one full width of my fabric, then half of another width. Right now I'm just kind of encasing the raw edge so that everything's good to go for me to start the pleats in the back for this back panel. I could have done this by machine. I kind of wish I had done this by machine because if I had, I'd be in bed by now, which sounds lovely. But I decided I want to do this the proper way. yeah. Like, I'm gonna do this the right way. I'm gonna hand sew this seam up using the mantua maker stitch. And I know I'll be proud of this when it's done, but right now I just want to go to bed. Anyway, the back panel is on its way at least, which is fun. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about my ability to get this done in time. I didn't buy my ticket yet or book my room yet because there's nothing like waiting till the last minute. So I'm not honestly too concerned. It won't be that much of a complete and total waste. I'll see if I can find a reason to wear this before the end of the year. And, yeah, if nothing else, I'll have really nice pictures for the website that I am slowly building in my incredibly limited spare time. And we'll just go from there, I guess. Is that a knot? Is that a knot? Alright. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. It's Sunday. So now I have all afternoon to work on my dress. I really want to try and get as much done as possible because tonight is Game of Thrones night and it's the big battle of Winterfell. And I already know I'm going to be emotionally compromised by the end. I mean, people are going to die. It's going to be just a giant battle and they spent like 55 days filming it. You don't make plans like that on a show like this. You don't complete a character arc like that and then have the person live. That doesn't happen. And like it's going to be such a big thing and it's like but like seriously, I'm worried about Podrick. I am genuinely worried about Podrick. Because like my little cinnamon roll, he might actually die tonight. And let me tell you, if Davos dies, I'm rioting. Oh my goodness. It already hurts. Anyway, now that I got that out of my system, I better start sewing. Okay, so it's Monday evening, and this is as far as I got last night. So the top has the pleats prick stitched down for about 4 inches. And then I did a herringbone stitch along the back before Game of Thrones, which did not devastate me as much as I thought it would. It was 82 minutes of pure stress, but other than that, I was fine. It could have been way worse. I thought it was going to be worse, but it's good. We're all good. I'm fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. It's all good. Of course, there's still 3 episodes left. But we're good. We're fine. It's all good. Anyway, I want to try and see how far I can get tonight. And that's all I got. I actually haven't even read this far in the book. I have no idea what's next. We'll be fine, right? Right? So what I have is I have some pins in my fabric here, which I should have pinned better now that I'm looking at it, but oh well. And I'm just going to prick stitch right in here to help keep everything secure and where I need it to be. Okay, it's Tuesday, and this is as far as I got last night. I was able to turn this waterfall of pleats back here into an actual back panel, which was then attached to the front panel, which means this bodice is starting to actually look like a bodice, which is fantastic. I got to a certain point last night, and then I stopped because the book literally said this is the trickiest part of making the Sacque back dress, and I'm just like, yeah, no, not tonight. So this is probably going to be tonight's project. Anyway, I should get to actually reading the instructions for this next step, and I'll be with you in a moment, hopefully. Okay, so I goofed. I spent all day yesterday working on this panel for my dress. And I realized last night I did not cut it correctly. Theoretically, I could have left this part out of the video. I probably should have left this part out of the video. I chose not to because this is a video diary. And I want to show people that mistakes happen all the time to everybody. No matter how long they've been doing this, no matter if it's their first time doing a project like this or if they've done it before. So I am keeping this part in just to show that accidents happen and hopefully we can rally from them. I pretty much lost everything that I did yesterday, and I actually have to play catch up because I need to get rid of this thing. Luckily, I machine stitched the seam, so at least I didn't put in like a half hour's worth of work doing the mantua maker seam. That would have been upsetting. And also, this is the first time I'm doing this style. It's not completely unexpected that I might make a mistake or two, but now I'm not going to make this mistake again. So yeah, I have to go backwards a little bit, and then I have to play catch up. But you know what? Before I think I'm going to have breakfast, and then I will get working. I work at 1 today, and it is currently about 9, so at least I have some time to work on it, right? Okay, in case anyone was wondering how badly I goofed, this is the panel that I cut out yesterday, and this is the panel for today. Oh man, and I was wondering why the book said pleat up the access. I'm like, what access? Well, it makes way more sense now, and yeah, I'm definitely glad that I'm fixing my mistake. Okay, I'm tired. So today's Saturday. It's only about 11:15, but I'm tired, so I'll go into bed soon. I had a busy day. So I ended up not sewing at all on Thursday because I ended up getting a migraine and it just wasn't happening. And then Friday I had errands to run and, you know, it was busy, so I caught up on what I messed up a couple of days ago. And then all I really did was pin one side of the skirt to the bodice, and that's all I really got to. We ended up going to a trivia night at a fundraiser at my old high school. Our team won, which was awesome. But yeah, I didn't get a lot of sewing done. Got a bit of housekeeping stuff done now. I worked on my website. I worked on ordering stuff for future projects and that sort of thing. I edited my first video diary, which I posted on Friday, which was fun. And today we ended up going to Knoebels with one of our close friends and their 3 kids, which was a wonderful time, but I am very tired now. Knobles is not right down the street. It was a very long car ride, and I'm tired. And that was it. So this is where we gotta stop for this for now. That's one of the things about doing your own projects when you have other commitments. Sometimes you just don't get them done in time, and that's okay. So I will work on it when I can over the next couple of weeks, probably. I'll just fit in some time to work on it in between the other things I have to do. In the meantime, I have other commitments. I had items come in to help me work on my godson's christening outfit, which needs to be done in a week. But I feel good about that one. I feel like I'll be able to get that one done in a decent amount of time. And then I have the big box of fabric for my next big commission, which is going to be due at the end of July, I think. That one I'm looking forward to. But first, I have the christening outfit, and I have a project for my husband's cousin's fiance and her sister. Because it's a wedding gift, I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about it, so I'll probably film myself making it, but I just don't want to talk about it in advance because I don't know when I'm posting this. I don't know if she'll see it. I don't think she will, but just in case, I'm not going to talk about that yet. I wish I had gotten more on this dress done, but it happens, and that's okay. It'll wait for me, and in the meantime, I have people depending on me, and that's important, so I'll make time. Alright, so I will see you guys next time while I make a christening outfit, and then I guess we'll just go from there. See ya.